The IKEA Business Network is now open for small businesses and entrepreneurs. Join for free today to get access to interior design services to help you make the most of your workspace, employee well-being benefits to help you and your people grow, and amazing discounts on travel, insurance, and IKEA purchases, deliveries, and more. Take your small business to the next level when you sign up for the IKEA Business Network for free today by searching IKEA Business Network.
This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 2800, Retirement Solutions for the 7 Worst Retirement Mistakes by Kathleen Coxwell of newretirement.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. Now let's get right to today's post as we optimize your life. Retirement Solutions for the 7 Worst Retirement Mistakes by Kathleen Coxwell of newretirement.com. If you're thinking about retirement, congratulations. This is a big decision. Did you make the right retirement preparations? Have you avoided the worst financial mistakes? Do you have the right retirement solutions? A strong retirement plan can mean the difference between outliving your retirement savings and being able to sustain your lifestyle for as long as you live, no matter how long that turns out to be. Here are 7 financial mistakes to avoid pre- and post-retirement and the retirement solutions that can provide you with security. Number 1, not saving enough for retirement. Some people postpone their financial planning until a few years before they plan to retire, or they don't plan at all. Putting money into a 401k or an IRA every year is great, Philip James Sitar, CFP with Ameriprise in Chicago says. But how do you know whether you're putting away enough? Remember, the nest egg that you've built up may have to last you 30 years or more. Retirement solution. Sitar says, quote, "The earlier you start planning and saving for retirement, the more successful you're going to be," end quote. He recommends beginning to plan with a certified financial planner in your mid to late 40s and no later than your early 50s. However, if you find yourself in your 60s without much of a plan, don't despair. Just take stock and make it work. You do have options. Working longer, having a retirement job, lowering expenses, and downsizing are a few of the ways people are planning retirement when they have not quite saved enough. Number 2, not being debt-free before retirement. Some retirees have a hard time during retirement because they've not paid off their mortgage or their other outstanding debts. Sitar says, quote, "That is a large expense that can more rapidly drain your nest egg. Ideally, you want to be debt-free before you retire," end quote. Housing is the biggest expense for most households. If you can eliminate mortgage payments, you have a much better chance of having a secure retirement. Retirement solution? Plan ahead so you have paid off your mortgage and any other outstanding debts before you retire. If you cannot get the mortgage paid off, would you consider downsizing to reduce your debt load? Conversely, you just need to make sure that you have adequate retirement income to cover your expenses. Lots of people do retire while paying off debt. It just takes more income. Number 3, incurring hefty distribution-related penalties. Did you know retirees older than 70 and a half have to take out required minimum distributions, or RMDs, from their retirement accounts? Otherwise, they'll be heavily penalized. If you fail to take out the full RMD, it can result in a penalty of 50% excise tax on the amount you should have taken out, Sitar says. For instance, if your RMD is $20,000 and you don't pull that money out of your retirement account, you can get penalized $10,000. Retirement solution. Determine the required minimum distribution from all of your retirement accounts and be vigilant in sticking to it. Set a reminder or use a retirement calculator that helps you keep track of important dates. Number 4, not buying a long-term care policy. Some people wrongly think that healthcare expenses are covered after retirement, Sitar says. And in the majority of cases, Medicare does not pay for the complete cost of long-term care. This means that retirees will be dipping into their own savings to pay for this care. According to Sitar, the average cost of this care may be higher than $80,000 per year. Retirement solution? You could certainly invest in a long-term care policy before retiring. However, long-term care insurance can be very expensive. You might want to look at other options. Number 5, overspending early on in retirement. When people come into a large sum of money, it's tempting to feel more wealthy, Sitar explains. As a result, some people end up overspending during the first few years of retirement. Having access to your retirement savings can be dangerous. The temptation to spend can be like the temptation to have a big slice of the chocolate cake that was left out on the counter. Retirement solution? Sitar says, quote, conventional wisdom is that you should only withdraw about 4% of your nest egg to live. But even that has come into question lately in the low interest rate environment that we're in, end quote. The best retirement solution is to be extremely careful with your retirement planning. Set goals for what you want to do and budget accordingly. It can be okay to spend more when you retire. Just make sure that you put that into your retirement plan. Some retirement calculators let you set different spending levels for different times during retirement. This is a great way to see if you can afford the splurge or not. Being too cautious about spending money. On the flip side, there are retirees who are afraid to spend money because they want to leave a certain amount to their kids or grandkids, Sitar says. Retirement solution. If a retiree is truly concerned about this, they should meet with a certified financial planner to determine how much they're going to conservatively need. Sitar says, quote, if there's enough, the retirees can fund a life insurance policy. That way, the retirees can spend to their heart's desire, knowing that the life insurance money will pass to the designated beneficiaries, end quote. And number 7, creating a retirement plan and not maintaining it. Retirement planning is a process. Too many retirees meet with a financial advisor or do an online retirement calculator and think that their job is done. The problem is that things change. There are external factors that impact your finances: stock markets, real estate prices, inflation, etc. And internal factors, your health, family, goals, etc. Any detail can have a big impact on your personal retirement plan. Retirement solution? Revisit and update your plan every 3 to 6 months. You just listened to the post titled Retirement Solutions for the 7 Worst Retirement Mistakes by Kathleen Coxwell of newretirement.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary. For a lot of people, myself included, different finance apps can be stressful and make it difficult to manage finances. But then I tried Monarch Money and everything got so much easier. Maybe you're saving for a down payment, a wedding, a dream vacation, your kids' college. I found that Monarch makes it so easy to help you reach your financial goals, whatever they are. I definitely wouldn't be able to allocate my finances or plan as clearly without help from Monarch. In fact, Monarch is the top-rated all-in-one personal finance app. It gives you a comprehensive view of all of your accounts, investments, transactions, and more. Create custom budgets, track progress towards financial goals, and collaborate with your partner. And now get an extended 30-day free trial when you go to monarchmoney.com/OFD. After trying out Monarch for myself, I understand why it's the top-rated personal finance app. And right now, listeners of this show will get an extended 30-day free trial when you go to monarchmoney.com/OFD. That's monarchmoney.com/OFD for your extended 30-day free trial. Retirement isn't about reaching a certain age. It's more like solving a dynamic mathematical puzzle. The goal is for your investments to reliably cover your living expenses at a safe withdrawal rate, and most of us use our current expenses as a starting point. While there are countless calculators and simulators online, they're only as good as the assumptions we plug into them. And this is where the fear of running out of money comes in. There's some uncertainty around how long we'll live, and it's impossible to anticipate unknown expenses decades into the future. But I do think it's possible to not live in fear. If you've been a good steward of your money through accumulation, you likely had to be flexible and adapt to the obstacles life has thrown at you. It's no different in retirement. There are great rules of thumb and financial modeling techniques to give you a reasonable degree of financial security. But then the key is to regularly adjust your plan as the need arises. If you want to dig deeper into this topic for extra assurances, I recommend you check out the article titled, "Why You'll Probably Never Run Out of Money" by Mr. Money Mustache. And that will do it for today. Have a great day and start to your weekend. And I'll be back here over the weekend where your optimal life awaits.